Hello, Sagittarius. This is going to be a week ahead tarot forecast for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Please do take it as it resonates and leave the rest for others, as I'm in the collective with Sagittarius. But I am aligned with love and light and God, and I'm here of service of the greatest and highest good of all of you guys, Sagittarius. So I'm going to just pull some cards to catch a vibe for your energy this week. Now, I was already kind of feeling into some, like, say, old aches and pains or residual aches and pains. Something like this is what I'm feeling. And that Sagittarius should pay more close attention to nurturing these kinds of things. Like, if you have, tenderness or whatever, like, go easy on yourself, and take care of yourself. But I also feel like not pushing yourself too hard past those limits, and also like not re-exposing yourself to the same kinds of scenarios that seem to wound you in either physical or even emotional, mental ways. You know what I mean? So Sagittarius, I definitely want to say that to you today. Whew. And I feel like you could be your own worst enemy. You could talk yourself both into and out of the same thing. So I can feel this kind of heavy in my mind. So I just want to urge you to breathe, Sagittarius, just to breathe and to recognize that this too shall pass. Any feelings or trepidation or turbulent energy, everything always flows and passes by. So, I just, kind of feel like Sagittarius might be heavily burdened this week, especially in the head space, but it takes two to tango in that respect. Like, I feel like you're playing into the head space and maybe even romancing, negative thoughts, allowing it to weigh heavily on you. And you do have the choice to put that down and not do that to yourself this week, Sagittarius. So that's what I'm feeling for you here. I'm going to jump in with your cards, but welcome in, Michelle. Thank you for tuning in on the live video here on Facebook. This one's going to be for Sagittarius. On Mondays, each of the 12 zodiac signs are getting their own standalone video as a weekly horoscope or forecast for the week ahead. So this is for Sagittarius. Your energy for the week ahead, you got the 10 of Cups. So I love the 10 of Cups energy, Sagittarius. We all have a different 10 of Cups, right? My 10 of Cups looks different than yours, okay? Because your 10 of Cups includes your important people, as well as the emotional satisfaction and contentment that you have in togetherness with one another. The support that you have, the way that you're there for each other, the time that you spend. This could be your house and home, your tight-knit tight-knit, I said work for a reason, tight-knit people who are just close to you at work or at home, okay? But usually it's family, but it doesn't always have to be family. It's really the important people that we spend the most time with, okay? So I feel how Sagittarius, you might be really focused in these areas. I do kind of see a teeny tiny imbalance here as far as these people who are kind of leaning towards one side. I just want to caution Sagittarius for taking on more than you can chew potentially this week. Kind of rationing yourself, moderating yourself, deciding to take it slow and easy instead of being like, oh yeah, I'm going to renovate the house and work that extra overtime at work. Plus I'll make dinner and do the chores too. I kind of feel how it might sound like you could really do all these things, but when the timing lines up, I don't think it's really worth pushing yourself so hard, right? So when we don't push ourselves so hard, we make space for other people to begin filling those kinds of gaps in the dynamic. So that's what I'm feeling here for Sagittarius, is deciding what's worth your time, effort, what's still giving back to the quality of what you have going on in those areas, and what maybe could stand to be omitted or removed or delegated to other people. Let me just say that again, because the whole can be just as harmonious if there's like a shift in responsibility here, and I'm able to delegate some of the other duties towards somebody else so that I then can infuse this whole with more dynamic energy that I receive from whatever my role might be at that point. Okay, so I feel here for Sag, it's important to think about this, to think about whose time is best used at the task at hand. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, I can do it, I can do it, I can do that too, I can do everything, right? And I'm sure that you can. You're absolutely capable, you're smart. If you had enough ticks on the clock or days on the calendar, you could get every darn thing done, right? But that doesn't mean it's not important for other people to rise to the occasion of their life or of the dynamic whole that you have here, and learn to do these things, or start to begin to embody that greater degree of responsibility. And that means you've got to lessen your degree of responsibility. And that also reminds me that sometimes we are strongly identified with our reputation or with what we're known for. And maybe you're known for always being the one who handles all the biz, right? And if you start letting other people handle the biz, then who the hell are you, and why does anybody need you? You know, I'm sorry to say it like this, but I really do need to say it like this, that you are not only going to ever be known for all of this. So you've got to allow yourself to shift some of it to other people who can also be known for whatever it is that they're doing. Okay. And because you're stepping into more expansive energy, as opposed to clinging to a past reputation that you are fond of. Okay. I feel like you might outgrow your reputation here. It doesn't mean you've lost anything. You're gaining something here. Okay. Sag, I need to say that. Now, other people this week are disentangling. Wow. Okay. So disentangling indicates that they may not like the direction that things are moving. Okay. So they're reluctant or hesitant putting on the brakes. They might even try to, throw a wrench in the program. Okay. What do you mean, Sagittarius? We're all going to start eating healthier and cleaning our rooms. What do you mean? I don't want to do this anymore. I want to pull away from this dynamic a little bit because it feels like it's asking too much of me. That's what I see here. But again, okay, so we do have the potential, Sagittarius, for you to, relax on that standard and boundary and be like, oh my gosh, person, please don't be mad that I'm asking you to do more. Please don't, threaten to leave or whatever this could be, or throw a fit. Sometimes we just don't like when other people have feelings, god damn it, right? And I feel this here, like, I don't want you to be sad, son, who needs to do more chores, but I feel bad requesting that of you, so never mind. Just don't even bother. It's okay, I'll do it. And then bloop, there's that imbalance again, reinforced by you because you love them so greatly, but it's not necessarily in a healthy way. All right. It's becoming distorted along the line. And I feel like this disentangling, people who want to pull away from what might be living in a healthier way, behaving in a higher way, conforming to some kind of a standard here. I feel like you want this and it is good and things are moving in that direction, but there might be hesitancy from others. I do want to say they'll either come along or get along. All right. And you got to let them. You know what? You don't like the rules in my house? Bounce in. See ya. Go figure out how the rules are in the real world then. How the rules are somewhere else. If you've got to do X, Y, or Z chores, or if you've got to pay your way, go ahead. And please know that, lessons will be learned. All right. But you holding the healthiest truth is what Spirit is suggesting here for Sagittarius. Okay. Guidance. Turning a blind eye is not going to help anything improve. Okay. We kind of touched on this. So let it land where it lands in your life, Sagittarius, at work or at home. I'm talking about you want things to be a certain way, holding people accountable, rising to a standard, and other people wanting to pull away. Either let them, see ya. You can't hang with my healthy energy, then go be unhealthy somewhere else. Okay. See what you can do somewhere else, or you hold your standard. No, this is the healthy energy. This is what it is. You must comply. You must conform. You must obey. That's what I feel here, guys, because Two of Spades is about procrastination. It's about being in denial. Okay. It's about this or that. There is no black and white here. It's my way or the highway. And in this scenario, Sag, I feel like you are the one in the position of power, or in the position to assert your will here. Okay. And I feel like this Two of Spades is saying, maybe you haven't always done this. And maybe these people know that they can push you or pull away or whatever they can do to try to get away with this a little bit more again, because this Two of Spades says, maybe I'm not so strong in my boundary and I might cave. I might turn a blind eye. I might sweep something under the rug because I don't feel like it's worth the battle right now. Okay. But it is worth the battle. Okay. It absolutely is, because when you turn a blind eye or you brush something under the rug, then that's just a teeny tiny agreement to allow that toxicity to remain in your life. and in the lives of others, Sag. Okay, so I want to say here, calling a spade and saying, look, here's some toxic behaviors that must change. And I urge everyone to get on board. And maybe it's not even toxic. Maybe it's like, hey, family, we're going to have some togetherness time. We're going to get together and we're going to do these activities, this, that. And maybe you have some reluctant members who don't want to join in. I feel like, that's not the answer. You know, everyone needs to come along for the ride, except for those who aren't coming along for the ride, you know, because we're all going to excel and progress and heal and grow here. And that is for the greatest and highest good of all. I feel like in the past, you may have relaxed on those boundaries before. Okay, everyone's pitching a fit. Never mind. Just never mind. Forget it. Forget it. None of that this week. You have the chance to hold people accountable to a higher standard. And then you guys are going to be living that standard. And then they are going to be holding that standard in other areas of their life. It's really beneficial, but it's a challenge to get there, okay? That's what I feel here for Sag. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and the next sign to be read is going to be Cancer. No, Pisces is the 10th sign, and Cancer is the 9th, I believe. So we're almost there. We're almost there. Thank you guys for joining in. Hello, Sherry. I will see you guys on the next one.